Hi friends, I'm Bipin from Smarteefi, and today I'm here to announce a new product launch. It is a smart motor controller, basically designed for the submersible pump. And here is a complete product that you can see, and it's a complete panel. Uh, I have opened it, so this is how it looks from the front, and this is how it looks from the back. It has a complete starter functionality built into it, so it has the capster, both start, run, capster, dual capster, everything is inside. So it's a basically a complete replacement of existing uh, motor or submersible starter panels, and it comes with two sensors. One is the empty sensor and one is the full sensor. As you can see here, it's marked as the full. So this is a full sensor which has two wires, black wire and a brown wire. And then we have another sensor which is an empty sensor. It has another two wires which is a blue wire and a black wire, and it's clearly mentioned that this is for the empty indication. So this new product we are launching today, and the purpose of this product is to completely automate your residential water management. So user does not need to think when to start the motor and when to stop the motor. As soon as the water goes below a certain threshold, it will start the motor automatically, and whenever the tank is full, it will stop the motor automatically. So, and uh, as you know that these are the uh, smart products, but it works without Wi-Fi or without any app or anything also. But yes, if you have a Wi-Fi, it provides you certain additional functionality. We will cover now these things in detail. So let me explain you uh, what are the functionalities it offers, how it is different from the existing solution. So I'm starting a presentation that will give you the complete details of it. Hi friends. So I'm going to explain you what our new product, which is a smart motor controller designed for submersible, is going to help you for automating your overhead tank water automation. So before I cover the details, let's see what this product is supposed to do, and what are the other products it's going to replace. So if you see the existing single phase starters, so typically for submersible, you will see two types of starters. One is the double capster based panels, which has the capster and contactor and green, red button kind of starter. And the second is your single capster based starter, which can just have a single MCB and one capster. So these capture based starters are used primarily for the submersible, and we are going to replace them with our design. There are another type of motors, like monoblock motors or centrifugal motors, that just require a power connection. So you just plug them into your socket and they starts working, and they do not require any specific panel. So for these products, for these type of motors, we will have another product that we will launch 2 3 months down the line. But currently we are going to have a complete solution for these two starters, which have the two capture and the single capture based solutions. So suppose you have existing submersible starter panel. So this will be completely replaced with our panel, because our panel has complete starter functionality built into it. So it's not that it's just an automation controller, and you still need a panel and you need to rewire your panel and things like that. It's going to completely replace it, uh, and we have complete starter functionality built into our panel itself, and it's connected to your overhead tank with the sensors. So there are always challenges in the existing solutions. Some are the manual based control that you fill up the tank automatically based on your gut feeling, like this much everyone has taken the bath, so tank must be empty, I should start filling it. So 2 3 times 4 times a day you fill up the tank based on your estimation. And the second is some people use buzzer based or alarm based automation, in which an alarm is or the buzzer sounds when the tank is full, says the tank is full, shut off the tank, shut off the motor, sorry. And this way, like there are still it's a semi automated solution, like you still need to go and you still need to turn off your motor. So the solution that we have is completely automated. So whenever the tank is empty, the motor will start. You do not need to do anything. And whenever it's full, it will turn off the motor. Some people has built the sensor-based solutions also before us. So it's not that we have something new, but we have certain additional functionality in our solution that are not offered by any existing solution. For example, like time-based start or a schedule-based starting of the motor, but sensor-based shut off the motor. So suppose you want to start a motor at 7 a.m. But still want to shut it off based on as soon as the motor is filled. So it requires both. The trigger is required based on the time schedule, and turning off is required based on the sensor. So our solution completes all the aspects of the automation, including the scheduling, including manual control, and manual with the semi-automated control. So all combinations are possible. So this is our panel looks like. From the front side, you have the voltmeter, ammeter, number of indicators. On the back side, it has start, run capsters, or if a single capacitor, then it has only one capacitor. And it has our complete electronics where you can connect the sensors, and it has a terminal block where you can connect the phase and neutral of the input and the RYB of your submersible pump. So it gives you complete peace of mind. You do not need to remember when you go out from your home that whether when you come back whether water will be there or not. Sometimes it happens that when you left home, uh, you forget to start the motor. When you came back and the power is not coming, you still need to wait from the power for the power from the power grid. So you do not need to remember after you install our solution. It's a completely automated solution. You never need to look back when to start and when to stop. It gives you the environmental conservation, because you save every drop of water that goes into the overflow pipe whenever your tank fills filled up, and you take time to shut off your motor. So that time will be completely automated, so you do not need any time. It will within seconds it will turn off your motor as soon as the tank gets full. So always customer has a concern primarily if they do not have the Wi-Fi in your home, that they want to use the solution, but since they do not have Wi-Fi, how will they use this solution? So let me tell you in a very clear terms. This complete automation, sensor based automation, works without Wi-Fi. You do not need if any mobile app or Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, sim, anything to make this work. So if you have the Wi-Fi, it gives you certain additional options that you might find the useful. But for the basic automation, you do not need any Wi-Fi, you do not need any mobile app. So it will work without any Wi-Fi, any SIM, any Bluetooth, or any mobile app. Then the question is why we use the Wi-Fi. We use the Wi-Fi because we have made this the most advanced solution available in the market. And the kind of feature that we can offer with the Wi-Fi, in case you have the Wi-Fi, is I'm going to discuss next. So if you have the Wi-Fi, you can schedule uh, on a specific time that your motor start at this particular time, automatically switch off with the sensor, or automatically switch off with the timer itself.
And these schedules are guaranteed schedules. When we say guaranteed schedule, that the clock of our system is not dependent on internet time or anything. It has a battery backed clock built into the system itself. So if you set up the timer, if you set up the schedule, it will always work. Energy monitoring, this is a another feature that no one gives, is that you will get a complete reports how much power is consumed every day on your by your motor. uh, App notification, so whenever your motor starts and stops and you have a Wi-Fi in your home, you can get this additional notifications that when the motor has been started. So whether the motor has been started 5 o'clock, you get the immediate notification that motor has been started at this particular time. Not only time, this will also give you the trigger whether the motor has been started because sensor has detected that tank is empty, or it has been started that somebody has pushed press the manual switch, or it's the timer which triggered the motor start. So it will also give you the trigger level detail, that notification. Anytime anywhere control is the basically a remote control from your mobile app. If you have the Wi-Fi, then you can also control from the remote, any remote location from any city. uh, since it's an automated solution working on the sensor, you may not need it, but yes, if you have the Wi-Fi, you have the this additional capability. May not be very useful, but yes, you have this capability. Parameter update, we have certain system parameters. We have a high level of protection built into it: overcurrent, undercurrent, over voltage protection, under voltage protection. And there are default settings that comes from the factory, like for less than 165 volt it will automatically turn off the motor, or from more than 265 volt it will turn off the motor to protect from over voltage or under voltage. If you want to change those threshold, that's possible. And you can, if you have the Wi-Fi, then only you can change those threshold. But we do not expect customer to change, and those are calibrated after lots of experiment what is the right values for them. So it comes with the factory default settings. You can also if you have the Wi-Fi, you can also control from Alexa or Google Assistant, voice based control basically. And there is a manual override switch that if you want to manually start the motor, you can always start it manually. With the manual control, we have one thing that we would like to highlight here. We provide 1 hour sensor. We disable the sensor for 1 hour whenever you press the manually. So for 1 hour, even if your tank is full, it will not turn off the motor, because you want to force the manual control. So you want to manually on and manually off. If you manually on, you should manually off it. But even if you do not off it, if for you suppose you started manually and you left the home, even after 1 hour, the sensor will be reactivated and it will check, okay, tank is already full. It will cut the it will shut off the motor. So why we give this 1 hour timer? So these are this is given for a specific use cases. Sometime user feels that because complete automation is already working. So if we assume that if user is pressing the manual switch, he want to have some additional forceful he want to run the motor forcefully because of some use cases. Like for example, he there is a holy festival, and even though he knows that my tank is full, he want to start the motor so that he can get the fresh water through the pipe, and he can play the festival. So to have that use case, if we do not give this timer, if it starts the motor manually, the full sensor will automatically detect the full condition and it will turn off the motor. He will not be able to play because it will not allow it to overflow. So with the manual control for 1 hour, the sensors are disabled, but that 1 hour is factory default. You can always change it. You can make it 30 minutes, you can make it 15 minutes, or even you can make it zero. If you make it zero, then what will happen if you manually start it? Then the full sensor will detect and it will shut off the motor. Or you can shut off manually before the full sensor detects it. So we have 6 different models that we are launching today. for single capture, 3 models for single capture, and 3 models for double capture based solutions. So you already must be knowing if based on the motor or the motor shop guy can tell you which type of starter is required, whether it's a single capture based motor or it's a dual capture based motor. And we have a 1 HP, 1.5 HP, and 2 HP, 3 models in each single capture and 3 models for the double capture. Again, 1 HP, 1.5 HP, and 2 HP. So here, let me tell you how to wire it, how simple is the wiring. So existing setup in your existing starters, you must be having a phase input live and the neutral input N, and you have 3 wires for your submersible R, Y, V. So exactly same as far as the electrical wiring is concerned, we also have the L as in phase input, N as in neutral, and Y, V, R for the outputs that will go to the motor. Then we have another 3 terminals where you need to connect sensor. It's common, empty, and full, represented here as C, E, and F. The and how it will be wired. Let me show you the uh, sensors wiring also. So electrical wiring is very simple. Like you need to give the phase input into the L, neutral into the N, and you take B, Y, R 3 wires for the start, run, and neutral for your motor from the output terminals. And these are for the sensor, the blue one that is showing here. So each sensor has 2 wires, a black wire, and the empty sensor has a blue wire, and the full sensor has a black and brown. So empty sensor a black and blue, and the full sensor has black and brown. So both the black wire need to be joined together and need to be connected to the common terminals. So black represent the common terminal, and the blue represent the empty, and the brown represent the full. So you need 3 wires coming from your tank sensor up to wherever you install the panel. You can have any 3 core cable or maybe cat5 cat6 cable, because there is not a very high current. It's just a sensor current in a milliampere. So, and that is also a DC current. So you can use any thin wire. It does not require like you need to have a 16 ampere cable or 10 ampere cable. Any 3 core wire will do the job. So what you need to do in this, you need to combine both the black wire on your rooftop itself, and then only bring 1 wire from as a black wire. Take 1 wire, join 1 wire into the blue wire of the empty, and bring it up to the panel. Similarly for brown wire, join another wire core into the brown wire and bring it to the up to the panel. So let me show you how the sensors gets installed in the tank. So this is the kind of sensor that I show you at the start of this video. This is called the float sensors, and based on the water, it can float down or it can float up, and that depends. That shows whether it has the water or it does not have the water. So in the empty, you need to create 2 holes in your tank on the top side. You can do in the top side, on the side wall of it, or on the directly from the top side. And you need to pull out the sensor wire. You need to first put the sensor into the water and then take out the wire from the hole. So empty sensor, you need to set onto a level from where you want to start the motor. Suppose you do not want entire tank to be empty before it starts running the motor. So you want, say for example, on the as soon as the tank goes half, you want to start the motor, so that water is always there, or you can decide it for 1/4 or whatever threshold you want. So you need to install the empty sensor as per your requirement from where you want to start the motor. The full sensor need to be installed on the top side of it, uh, and it must have the enough movement that the sensor can float freely. So it should not happen that when it's trying to float up, it is stuck on the cap of your tank. So enough movement, maybe 6 inch or 8 inch. 6 inch should be enough. 6 inch or 8 inch down the from your top side or overflow pipe. Also, when you install it, it is recommended that you put a wire tie on the end of it so that the length does not change automatically. Wire should not uh, freely move, so that the length remains stable. So you can put a wire tie after taking out the cable and fixing the length. Basically, the wire tie can help you to make a fixed length that will not change automatically. So once you install it, it will look like this kind of thing. So suppose you have on the ground floor, you have the panel. So these three wires will come from the top. The black wire, which is a combined of empty and full, a blue wire, and a brown wire. So the float sensor works in a way that there are ways to have a single sensor based solution also. But we are implementing the two sensor based solution because since single sensor either say it's full or it's empty, there is no midway in that, because it represents either the uh, float switch is up or float switch is down. But here you can get the in the middle level details also. So suppose your full level is showing it's not full and your empty level is showing it's not empty, that means it's in the middle of it. And the second thing is that this the movement of the sensor, that also does not give as much accuracy if you use the single sensor, because the from the weight, this sensor has the weight also, and we have fixed that weight length. So you need to change the weight length in that, and it floats a long way, and that does not give the accuracy from where you want to start and where you want to stop exactly. Okay, although it serves the purpose most of the time, but it's not as accurate as this dual sensor based solution, and it does not give you the enough level of detail that user may want to have. So here it's basically we show you how it works. Suppose we have put it on the bottom of it, but you can change the, so here we have put the empty sensor, and it's we have shown it into the just empty level, but you can change its length maybe at the half level, and it will start filling up the tank at the half when as soon as the water goes below the half. So this is how it works in practically when the motor starts and the water comes. So assuming that water is coming, so let me show you this animation that will clearly show you how it detects. So, so if you see the water starts flowing, and then this sensor starts floating up, 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 and when it's up, it knows that it's not empty. So as similarly for the full, it will go up and it will see, okay, now it's up. That means it's full, and it will turn off the motor. So if the water start using, it will come out and it will see it's not empty, it's not full now. And similarly, when the empty one goes down and it rolls back, okay, it's down. So that means now water need to be water filling need to be started. So here it will start the motor, and here when it goes up, it will stop the motor. So on the empty, motor will start when it goes down. On full, motor will stop when this will go up. So let me show you again. So here, since it's empty is down, the motor will start and the water will start coming. Nothing will happen here. And then when the full goes, and here now the motor will now it's filled up and the motor will stop. Okay. So all you need to make sure the full sensor has enough room for this sensor movement. That's why I said that 6 to 8 inch, if you put it down from your overflow pipe, it will have enough movement to float up. If you do not give enough movement, then what will happen that when it tries to float, before it gets completely up, it may stuck with your cap of the tank. Okay, so just take care of that. Rest, I think it's very simple. So thank you for today, and you can connect to us on our support WhatsApp number anytime for any question regarding this. If you are a system integrator, or if you are running a shop where you want to have our panels, you want to resell our panels, please feel free to contact us. Our sales team will help you. If you want to keep the inventory in your area, if you think that this is very useful product and you want to resell it, that's also. We will first list it on Amazon.in, and we will send the product links, or we will add the product links on Amazon product links in the description of this video. So you can click on those links and you can buy based on your power of your HP1, HP 1.5, HP2, HP motor. You can select which model you want. If you are not clear, then you can contact us. We can, if you can explain which capture, what is the capture values that you have in your current solution, so we can suggest which one you need to use it. So that's it for today, and we hope that you never need to start the motor manually again after you install this solution. Thank you so much.